salt. It's important to me that you know that we don't actually make the salt. So yeah, Mama Earth, she makes the salt. We just go ahead and snatch it up on out of the water. Numero uno, gotta fire up the salt wagon. There she is, that's the salt wagon. And you can just enjoy yourself a nice cruise on down the spit. It's just lovely. Alright, then you just back your truck up down to the water getting place. And take that there suck stick, and you just put that on into the water. And then you use that there pump. Pump up the water on up into the salt wagon. Now if you're wondering, it is colder than a witch's tit out here. Beautiful harbor located on the Homer Spit. So just swing on by and show you our little spit shop. Isn't that so cute? That's our store. That's the Alaska Salt Company. Alright, once we're done snatching up that salt water, bring it on back here to our headquarters. So we take the water from the salt wagon, pump her on into this big pop tank right here inside. Don't ask me how it works, it just gets pumped from out there in there. It's like kind of my husband's part. So the water in that big papa tank then gets pumped into these here filters. And the pumps and stuff, and it's super sophisticated and confusing, and honestly, like, I don't have a fucking clue what's going on here. I just push the buttons and then the water goes from over there to in here, and then somehow gets way the fuck over there. I mean, honestly, we should be called the daggum pump company. Somehow, some way, the water gets all the way from those little pump stations all the way up to this tank where it's gravity fed down into these here other tanks. And then we boil it. It's hotter than the devil's dick on the 4th of July in here. After she gets boiled down to like a certain secret salinity of 24% exactly, she comes over here to these evaporation pans where the salt crystals slowly start to form. That's right, those are little baby salt crystals, aren't they just so darling? Look at your little baby salt crystals. Scoop that salt on out there and let her drip dry. You know, like when you're camping and you gotta pee, you just give your hiney a little shake. So we scoop them little salt babies and put them in these drip drying pans where they can continue to go on and drip dry their little hearts out. And then we put them in the desert simulator. Alaska, we don't have desert, so we have to go ahead and simulate one. So it's a very high-tech, specialized, fancy, very complicated drying situation. It's basically a closet with a heater and a fan. They go in there. And there they are, there's some little salt babies drying on out. Alright, after the crystals are dry, then we give them a loose grind for uniformity. Again, it looks like this. Once them babies are all ground up and uniform, then we cram them in a jar. Now this here salty deliciousness can go from the ocean to this jar in about a week. And then, my friends, we gotta figure out how to sell these things. So get yourself a jar of Alaskan sea salt. Love y'all.